How's it going, Bit Hero friends? Today I would like to answer a question that I've been hearing a lot lately, and that is the question of am I ready for Raid 3? Usually players word this question a little differently. For example, should I do Raid 3 normal and just grind it out? Which to some players sounds like a good idea, but trust me, it's just not. Please stay tuned for the rest of the video so we can compare Raid 2 versus Raid 3 from the perspective of a level 200 plus player, and see if there's anything that you maybe just didn't think about when making your choice. Stay tuned. How's it going, Bit friends? First off, I would like to state that this is simply my opinion. As you will probably see in chat, there will be a few things people will do slightly differently, and that's just fine. You're certainly free to do what you like. At the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you. However, my level 200 plus point of view is going to be from a player that has been playing for over 9 months and focuses specifically on efficiency and maximizing your gameplay long term. So let's dive right in, shall we? Okay, so first things first. Let's say you just finished Zone 5 today and just unlocked Raid 3. First off, congrats. I know that was quite a challenge. Now let's talk gear. If you just beat Zone 5, you're probably in a mix of Raid 1 and Raid 2 gear. My first recommendation is to go to Raid 3, even if it's just on normal mode, and grind until you have a full set of epic Raid 3 gear. This will increase your total stats tremendously, and your overall gameplay will really start to look much better. You will really start to see a huge difference at this point. Now once you're all decked out in Raid 3 epic gear, here comes the tricky part. Since you're only in Raid 3 normal, legendary gear is going to be pretty much unheard of, and chances are you don't really have a tank that is solid enough for Raid 3 hard mode. A lot of players find themselves in this position and then frantically ask in world chat, what do I do next? And at this point, they get random advice from a troll and they are off to make bad choices, usually involving running a raid on normal mode, which is always a waste of a raid shard. So what should you do after completing your full Raid 3 set? The answer really comes down to your raid team. If your raid team is solid and you can move into Raid 3 hard mode and beat it 100% of the time, then go for it. However, in most cases this is simply not the case, since you need 2 solid tanks to pull off the win, and we all know how hard it is to find a solid tank. So let's see if we can work on something in the meantime while our raid team is getting geared up. Let's take a quick break from me talking and play a little game. I'm going to show 4 of the top players in Bit Heroes, and I want you to spot what they all have in common. Here's a hint. It's found in Tier 5. Here we go. Did you spot what they had in common? If you said the Unity set, then you would be correct. If you want more examples, just click the shrine in town. Nearly every top player has it. You have to ask yourself, why do they all have this at high level? Because it is just that good. I mean, what is better than a 1-mana heal? You remember Borland, right? Exactly. Now guess where they found it. Tier 5, Trials, and Gauntlet. You may ask, what does this have to do with Raid 2 versus Raid 3? Simply said, it is certainly possible to aim a little high when it comes to raid content. You must understand that you can only accomplish so much with your raid team that you have. There is certainly no shame in farming raid 2 for hypershards to upgrade your Unity set while you wait for your team to get better for running raid 3 with 100% success in hard or heroic. I, for example, at level 216, am going back for my Unity set right now because it is just that helpful. Not only to myself in PvP and trials, but also to my guild as we progress in GVG. Now let's talk about Harmony Orbs. Many players do not know much about these at all since they have not dealt with them before. These orbs can be exchanged for a random set item, but they do come at a very steep price, and you do not want to waste hypershards. So here's my simple rule. Since 20 total hypershards are needed to fully upgrade the Unity set, you should never use a Harmony Orb until you have 23 total hypershards, or 13 if you already have a half of your set upgraded fully. Here's my reason why. Let's say you have half the set fully upgraded and you have 3 hypershards in your bag. Someone tells you to trade your Harmony Orb and 3 hypershards for a random set item, and you go for it, and you finish the set. Hooray! But there is a setback. Even if you're super lucky to exchange the orb for the right set piece, you're now 3 hypershards behind schedule, and you must continue farming shards until you find 10. But here's the catch. In the next few weeks of grinding, you may find that exact set item in trials, and then reality hits you like a ton of bricks. You wasted 3 hypershards. I tell you because I've heard this from many players. I've also spoken with players that traded in Harmony Orbs more than 10 times to finish Unity. That's 30 hypershards. So your best bet is to hold off on Harmony Orbs, Harmony Orb trades, until you have a lot of hypershards, which means less room for error. Okay, so let's do a recap. You just finished Zone 5. You're trying Raid 3 normal, but you're really not going anywhere. So you need to come back to Raid 2 and start farming your Despair and Sorrow. You're going to find these in Trials and Gauntlets only, from level 100 to 109. You're also going to be farming the Hyperdimension, difficulty Hard and Heroic, until you find 20 total hypershards. You're going to want to keep all the gear you find and exchange them for hypershards, and upgrade nothing else but Unity. And the reason is, all the other gear that you find, say you find a legendary spear in Raid 2. If you waste hypershards on that, it's going to take away from upgrading Unity and set yourself back weeks, possibly months. So save the hypershards, simply enjoy the epic gear you got from Raid 3 for now, and keep farming this, and you should be able to knock it out within 2 to 3 weeks. Just keep farming and farming, and you'll be all set. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Notice here, last thing, that I don't have normal mode on Hyperdimension. That's for a reason. You hear a lot of players in chat say, oh, I've had 100 plus runs with no gear. That's because they're running normal mode. You do not want to do that. Normal mode in any raid is just a complete waste of time. Don't let anybody tell you different. Alright, this is McProseph signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Best of luck.